Hello lovely people, how are you all doing today? I hope you're well. I am. I'm actually really excited for what I'm going to do this morning. Well, I'm going to start to do it. It's not going to be completed in one day. Excuse the mess around. That's my ironing board. We're going to get on the floor in a second. There's stuff everywhere because I've got quite a few projects sort of on the go. Sewing, the sewing machine is out, the ironing board's out, the iron is out. That's not what I'm doing this morning though. I am going to get on with the job, one of which is overdue by 30 years. Oh my goodness. I'm going to get some of my artwork framed today. I'm going to go down to the frame shop. So with the bookshelves, doing the painting myself, that saved some money. So the money I saved there, I'm putting towards some frames. Also with some of the furniture fund, I still have that one more item of furniture to find, which is the kitchen table. Not in a hurry, it will appear one day. But also with the furniture fund, I came in really way under budget, so I'm going to use some of that for the framing as well. I've got 3 pieces to frame today, and I thought I'd do a bit of a show and tell, but also because one of them made me think about it. Oh, I've got something hiding inside at the moment. This is why I'm saying I'm going to have to get on the floor with you to show you on the floor. But this book I was mentioning, it was, you can see its little gap there. You saw its spine on, dressmaking. I was saying what a fabulous book by Madame Fontaine. Absolutely stunning. I want to show you, I've just put a couple of bits in there to mark it, and that's a clue as to one of the things I'm going to frame. So that's on the cards for today. Also, so it's morning. What time is it? It's just gone 9. It's bright at the moment, but we are due some rain, and the last thing I want to do is be walking along the street in the rain to the frame shop with my posters, my artwork under my arm getting soggy. So I need to get a wriggle on. I tell you what we'll do. Let's start with this, and then I can take, I don't normally leave things in books. It's literally there to mark a page I want to show you. Let me give you a quick butcher's at this gorgeous, it's massive, gorgeous tome, and then we'll get onto the artwork. Oh, I'm so excited. The reason, sorry, just to say, the reason one of the items is, I think it's 30 years old this year. It's because, of course, in my last flat, and I was in my last flat for 22 years in the end, I had so many slopey ceilings. I didn't have enough wall space for everything I wanted to frame and have on my walls. So one of them is really special from 30 years ago. It was from a show I was in overseas. I'll tell you about it as we unroll these posters. Bring it on! Oh, this fabulous book. Right, let's hope the light works with us. I think the light is trying to fade. It's an absolute stunner. Can't remember the date. It's not actually, the date isn't printed anywhere in it, but I did look it up at the time. So this is Dressmaking, Designing, Cutting and Fitting by Madame Fontaine, Principal of the Paris Academy of Dressmaking, Old Bond Street. The reason I love it so much, well, I mean, I love anything that's even slightly graphic. So there's fold-out patterns. Well, that's not of the time. There are some sort of fancy dresses in here, but more of its time. Let me move that one. Dress with bolero, pleated skirt at front and flare at back. So again, all the pattern pieces, and then it also has these really beautiful colour plates of what your garment ought to look like when it's been finished, when it's been made up. Oh, let's be careful. It is a precious book. What's this one? A dress showing diagonal panels and introduction of fancy darts. And then the finished item. Oh yes, gorgeous. A proper proper 1930s evening dress. So that's the book, and the reason I thought of it is because of something that's in the packet just to my left, which I'll get out now for you. Goodness, my cheeks have gone red because I was just stood upside down talking to show you that book. So there's a little, you know that phrase, every picture tells a story. Oughtn't that be the way with the art that we put on our walls? There's a story behind. I mean, it's like all the objects in my home. Pretty much every object, there is a story behind it, whether it was a gift, whether it was a hand-me-down, whether it's something I found in a flea market. So for instance, with the artwork, the Vacances de Monsieur Hulot poster that's in my kitchen, that I found in a flea market in Paris. Of course I did. Brought home. So this one, I love the story behind this. It's in here. I'm going to get it out and show it to you. Richard and Paul, our lovely Richard and Paul, you know, they have their Facebook group page, Planet Vegetarian. And one of their viewers, who subsequently became a viewer for me as well, had posted a picture, and I can't remember what the picture was about now. It might have been a plate of food, I'm not sure, because actually in the picture what caught my eye was something in the background, and it was a print on Lee's wall. And I spotted it and I said, oh, I love that, it's gorgeous. Sort of like, where did you get it? Tell me the story. And it turns out that he had a spare one, as it were, and sent it to me. So let me explain. It came in this. This is a magazine called, I'm not sure if I pronounce it correctly because Italian isn't one of my languages, La Stagione. Giornale Illustrato, illustrated journal, and essentially it's a fashion magazine. This one is 1912. So this in and of itself, gorgeous. I'll give you a little peek inside. So typical ladies magazine of the period. There'll be fashion plates in here, some adverts. Oh, that corner's dog-eared slightly, so yeah, you see. I mean, essentially it's exactly what we have today, isn't it, with our fashion magazines. If you picked up a copy of Vogue, you're just going to have illustration after illustration of whatever's fashionable at the moment. So, oh, there's a little piece here on, they're sort of like, it looks like additions for your skirt, so from the hip down to just make your skirt a bit more, to zhuzhify your skirt, and of course the hats would begin to get really, really huge then. So that's really lovely, but also maybe not like Vogue, but maybe more like one of our magazines, like, I don't know if it's still on the market. Do you remember the magazine Prima? Oh, I used to get Prima years ago because it always had a free pattern in it. Well, this one has got this lovely iron-on transfers. See, so you put that on your fabric, press it, and that the ink transfers to the fabric, which you then use to embroider. I'm sure many of you have. Actually, I don't know, have many of you used these? I mean, I remember as a kid having a go at this sort of thing. Yeah, so as you can see, it's like a freebie from La Stagione. I apologise to Italian friends, or those who speak Italian, if I'm mispronouncing that. October 1912. But also what came free with La Stagione, and this is what Lee had framed. Oh, and I should say as well, Lee's a costumier. So he's a fine couturier person. He knows what he's doing. It's a pull-out, it's a freebie pull-out pattern. Again, like many of us have experienced with current modern magazines. So we've got on the top there, that's all the different frocks it's going to make. And then down the side here we have the usual thing of layout and notions. But wait till you see it. I don't know how many, I haven't actually looked that closely about how many different patterns there are on here. But this is what I spotted. Oh, and of course on the back there's more, there's some embroidery, patterns for embroidery, etc, etc. More over here. But this is the other side that I saw on Lee's wall. This is what I absolutely loved. It's crazy. I love it. I mean, it looks like a sort of transport map of some sort. I have to put it here because otherwise my voice goes behind it. I absolutely love it. I love the graphic quality of it anyway. But of course it's dressmaking. Love it. And I haven't done any dressmaking for absolutely years and years and years. You know, in my teens and my early 20s, actually right through my 20s, I made nearly all of my own clothes. It was quite often I was out of work as an actor. I had the time. It's something I really want to get back to when I've retired, when I don't have to work 40 plus hours a week to make money. Anyway, that is getting framed. I'm just going to set it down there. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I think what I really love about it is it's one of those pieces where when it's on the wall, it's going to have quite an impact. But it won't, anyone coming into it's going to be here in the living room, coming in initially seeing it, it's not going to necessarily register what it is. You have to get closer and closer, and then you go, ah, I see what it is now. I see what it is. Yeah, I just think it's utterly tremendous. And it's that uniqueness. I mean, it's not entirely unique because Lee's one is different because the magazine with the free dressmaking pattern inside it, I think he managed to find a sort of a small bundle of them. So his is different to mine. But let's face it, how many homes are you going to go into and see a dressmaking pattern from 1912 hung on the wall as art? I love it. Thank you so much, Lee, for sending that. Where are my other bits? Oh, they're on the floor. One of them actually two of them I'm going to have to get on the floor to show you. Now this one I'm not going to frame because it's more of a comedy one, but it's like I was saying about every picture tells a story. So this one, the title of the poster is Strengthy Vegetables. And it says Strengthy Vegetables. Oh, I have to be careful with reflection. And oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. So this is my dear friend Pete, who was my senior buyer at the bookshop. Never mind that, just really good friend, my mucker. He had lived in India for quite some time in Kerala, and had come back to the UK just because one of his family members, an elderly family member, was needing a bit more attention, a bit more care. So he came home to England to be doing that care, but would pop back to India at least once a year, and usually for sort of a month or so, good chunk of time. And he would always bring me home a little present from India. He gave me this. I've got another one which is yoga asanas, which it's so funny. Anyway, I love this. Strengthy vegetables, tomato, cabbage, carrot, cauliflower, onion. Some of them don't look, the illustrations are a bit low. And a couple of things I don't know. Snake gourd. I don't know what a snake gourd is. I probably looked it up at one point. And a Tinder. I don't know what a Tinder is. No, I'm not going on Tinder. But yeah, it just made me laugh because it's designed for also this one, esculent root. Esculent root? Don't know. And elephant's foot. Obviously, it's not something we particularly eat in the UK. It's designed for a classroom for children. It's bright, it's colourful, it's eye-catching. I love it. So I think that might have to be hung in my shed, won't it? That's what I mean. every picture, well, most pictures, yeah, every picture tells a story. I wonder if we're going to be able to see this one. If I just, oh, hold on, that one, I'm definitely going to have to show you on the floor because it's really long. This is another, excuse me a sec. I thought I'd pop you a little bit further back and therefore I can show you a bit more. So this one, I had a customer, so this is my book buying days. I had a customer who basically was just selling a load of stuff, load of books. Also had a box full of posters, said, did we want, and I used to sell posters at the shop too, sort of vintage, mostly it was vintage exhibition posters, and the shop was very close to the museums of South Kensington, so the V&A, the Victorian Albert Museum. So I bought this sort of job lot of posters and going through them, researching them, pricing them, what have you. And there were a couple that I really wanted for myself. You've seen one of them, the Antoni Tapier, that's already framed and on my wall. That happened to fit. Oh no, just swing it around, it's not staying there. That one, that ended up being framed because that frame is a sort of standard size. It happened to fit. I think it was, in those days, it was probably Habitat I got it from. This one isn't a standard size, so it needed framing, but this is the one I really love. It's Victoria and Albert Museum, and it's Paul Nash, ooh, and it was for an exhibition of applied arts, and it's Paul Nash Textiles. When was the exhibition? This isn't that gorgeous? Love it, I love it. I'm looking at it through the lens with you. So, yeah, I love it. Really, really simple graphics. Gorgeous piece of textile for the art. Yeah, it's my colours, love it. It's got me written all over it. So that one is going to go above the fireplace. Now, one thing I'm not sure about yet is, yeah, because the lettering is black, it's probably going to get another black frame. I'm having to toss up. In a way, it would be great if all the frames were the same, that cohesion, but they're not all going to suit that. The dress pattern one, I think it needs an oak frame, and it would also need a mat. So the mat is that just the border around it. It's a sort of a mounting card type thing. But I think that will go in a black frame just because of the lettering. But yeah, I'm so happy to finally be able to put this one up. Now the last one I'm going to get done is it's a long skinny one, and this one's going to go in the hallway, and the place it's going to go in my hallway, I spotted it when I first moved in, and then I'd completely forgotten about it until just recently. I got these out and I was kind of holding them as best I could against the wall. There's a couple of holes in the wall from, I don't know what was in there before, but obviously something that was screwed in, wall plugs, whatever, out. So I need to do a little bit of filling. So whilst these are at the framers, that'll give me a chance to do the bit of filling I want to do. But this one, bright, bright, bright. I'm not going to be able to. You see at the top it says Budva. You know what, I'm going to put it on the floor. I'm going to put a book on either end to weight it down so I can show it to you properly, because again it's another really, really precious one to me with a story. There it is, unfold, books holding it. So you'll see at the top it says Budva and Grad Teatr, that's Theatre City, and the theme of the festival that year is Myth, Snowy, Stranost, which means myth, dreams, reality. And when was I there? 1st of July, 20th of August. I wasn't there for the whole time, I was there for about 5 weeks. Actually, that probably is about 5 weeks, isn't it? Yes, super, super special indeed. And actually on the back, so just before I left to come back to England, I went to the festival office. Let me see if it's on here. It's on this side. I went to the festival office to say, have you got a spare poster? They were trying to work out how to spell my name. It says, for Vivian, but not Lee, as in Vivian Lee, the film actress. That was the only, because Vivian isn't a name that they know there at all, from Budva. So yeah, a very special, you see, festival, Budva, Grad Theatre. So grad, I'm sure, oh, hang on, let me get that book again. I'm sure many of you know the word grad. If you think of Leningrad, Stalingrad, any kind of grad being city. So this festival in Budva, which is in Montenegro, formerly part of Yugoslavia, in 1996, it was the first time the festival had been able to go ahead for a few years because, of course, prior, there had been, for the previous few years, there'd been the Civil War. Actually, I'm going to sit to chat about this. Hang on. Pink from being upside down again. Yes, so the Budva, the festival at Budva, had been, cancelled for a number of years, obviously because of the Civil War. But by 96, there was peace being kept by what was it? Was it UNP4, United Nations Peace Force? So it was incredible time. Obviously, I was there as an actor. I'd been working in a show in London. The director for the show that went to Montenegro, she's a Montenegrin woman director. She'd seen me in a show and invited me to audition for her production that was going to go to Budva. I leapt at the chance. A really interesting, I've talked about it before, I know, but a really interesting time because it's just after the war and the scars of that war were everywhere. Just things like Budva is very close to the border with Croatia. So that time, the water was actually controlled by Croatia. So there was only water twice a day, a couple of hours twice a day. So I learnt very quickly to be like the locals and fill up any kind of canister, whatever, with water, because then the water would be off again. So that, there were very obvious signs that this was a country that had quite recently been at war. And here I am as an actor performing in an old fort, and it was kind of surreal. But Montenegrins, they really, their most exalted profession, if you like, in the UK we think, oh, doctors, lawyers, that sort of thing. In Montenegro, it's poets. Poets are their most exalted profession. And second to that, performers who share those words. So it was an amazing time. That poster is really, really precious. Glad I got it home in one piece. I've been dying to get it up on the wall for, well, as we know, 30 years. It'll be 30 years this summer. Where did that time go? That's crazy. Right, okay, so that's the ones I'm going to get done. Let's toddle off to the frame shop, and I've now got I'm going to have the dilemma of trying to pick frames. It's going to take me ages, but seeing as they're going to be on the walls for the rest of my life, I need to get it right. I need to get it spot on. Come on, let's go off. I'll put these all in the tube and we'll go off to the frame shop. It's going to be a bit noisy because it's Saturday morning, it's busy. I did hear there's loads of people going off up there in sports gear. I did hear there's a race today. Right, so this is where I'm coming to. I'm on the high street, hence traffic noise, but this is the place I'm coming to opposite me. The Mulberry Tree Gallery. This is where I'm coming to get my frames sorted out. Let's have a butcher's. Actually, let me let these people pass first. Oh, yeah, suddenly dead busy. So, they sell art in here, and ceramics and what have you, but they also have framing in the back. I'm so excited. They did tell me, they warned me when I came in the other day, that it's quite a turnaround time. It's about 5 weeks to turn it around, but that's because we have the Purbeck Art Weeks going on very soon. So the framer is mega busy framing for Purbeck Art Weeks. Lovely one of old Harry. Right, I'm going inside. Yay! They're in, and it's going to be about, I think about 5 or 6 weeks before I get them. That's okay. I've waited 30 years. In the end, they're all going to be black, ash. I was going to get the dress pattern up to show you. It's with the framer. The dress pattern one, I originally thought I was going to have it with oak, but actually it was kind of beige on beige, and it just sort of, I don't know, it just looked really insipid and bleh. As soon as I put the black with it, it popped. So, and actually having them all black means, doesn't matter what combination I hang them in, or hang, you know, if I've got a couple next to each other, it doesn't matter, because they've got that cohesion of the frame, colour and style. So they're all, yeah, I've gone for a slightly lower profile with the dress pattern one, a lower profile. It just looked right. Anyway, yay, that's done, and can't wait to see them. Of course I'll show them to you when they come. In the meantime, I can go around filling some holes. There's a couple of holes above the sofa, because I think my tapier is going to end up going above the sofa. We'll see. Once I've got them all home, it might be that where I thought I was going to have things, they might get rejigged. Actually, just seeing the Budva one again, I'm now thinking that might go here above my rad. We'll see. Anyway, whilst I was out, I ran a few more errands as well, so I'm a bit more, and I definitely, I think, need some strengthy vegetables. Yeah, it's fast approaching lunchtime. The day is disappearing, so let me go. And there's some on the back as well. I forgot to show. Good habits. Early to rise, visit the latrine, clean liness, I think it meant cleanliness, exercise, daily bath, wear clean clothes, cut your nails regularly, dress your hair, prayer, a timely diet, drink enough water, school going, studying, playing, regular reading, early to bed. Well, I think I do most of those things. I definitely visit the latrine, and I definitely drink. Was there water? Drink. Did I say drink? Oh, I've lost it now. Anyway, the only one I don't do is early to bed. I digress. I'm going to go to the kitchen and fix myself some strengthy vegetables. So for now, yeah, I'm going to get on with my day. I'll see you for the next one soon. But until then, cheerio. Oh, can't wait to get my posters back. Patience. End of June. Patience, Vivi. Patience. See you soon.